Hi and welcome along to AFTV. Got some very good breaking news about Ethan Nwaneri. Our wonder kid, our starlet, has signed a brand new contract at Arsenal, and that is fantastic news. Remember, he was a player that was linked at the start of this transfer window with moves away to literally practically every club you could think of. Real Madrid were interested in him, Bayern were interested in him, Man City, Chelsea. Everybody was interested in Ethan Nwaneri because they hadn't signed his new contract. But that is all a thing of the past now, because Ethan Nwaneri has signed a new long-term contract at the Arsenal that keeps him at the club for a very long time. Let me read through what they wrote on the Arsenal website regarding Ethan Nwaneri. It says, Ethan Nwaneri has signed a new long-term contract with the club. Our highly talented attacking midfielder, who has been with us since the age of 8, has committed his future to the club following his impressive rise through our Hale N Academy and into the first team. Ethan made history when he became the youngest player to feature for our men's first team, at the same time becoming the youngest top-flight player in English football history, aged 15 years and 181 days in 2022. And last season, the England under-21 international reached new levels. He produced an exceptional first full campaign at senior level, making 37 appearances, 16 of them starts, and scoring 9 goals. Ethan's first 2 goals came against Bolton Wanderers in the League Cup, and he added another spectacular effort from distance at Preston North End in the next round, before netting his first Premier League goal against Nottingham Forest in November. In January, Ethan became only the 3rd player after Michael Owen and Wayne Rooney to score 3 Premier League goals before his 18th birthday, shortly before he opened his Champions League account against Girona. That strike won the Goal of the Month award, and he was our Player of the Month for February, a month which included a spectacular goal in the 5-1 win over Manchester City. Working alongside many of our academy coaches and colleagues, Ethan has excelled and progressed rapidly through the youth age groups, making England under-18 debut on his 18th birthday in May. He was then selected for the England squad, which won the European Under-21 Championship in June 2025. And Ethan is quoted as saying, "Signing this contract means everything to me. I see this as my first real season in men's senior football as part of a squad in the change room. I'm so excited for what I can bring to the team. I want to help us to win as much as possible and bring happiness and glory to the club. This is where I feel at home." Fantastic news for Arsenal that this guy has signed a brand new contract. As I just read there, I remember when he first broke onto the scene, age 15, there was criticism at the time. I think it was Jason Cundy on Talk Sport, had a pop at Mikel Arteta saying that, listen, he's basically done this just for his own self and, you know, it was just a PR exercise. It wasn't. Ethan Nwaneri was brought into the team at 15 because he was a special talent. We've seen that with Max Dowman now. That was done with Ethan Nwaneri. They wanted him to get a taste of first team football. They wanted to show him that, listen, Ethan, here is a pathway into the first team if you do all the right things. That triggered him, and he has stuck to that path, and he's made it into the first team. And when he burst in last year, playing on the right wing, which is not really his position, he excelled. He was brilliant. There were times last season that we didn't really miss Saka as much as we thought we were gonna, because Ethan Nwaneri was so good. Now, it looks like this season he's going to be deployed more in the position that he loves, which is that number 10. And we've already seen it in pre-season. He's looked really, really good in that position, beating players, taking players on. He's got a pass in him. I mean, his all-round game and the all-round talent of this kid is absolutely incredible. And it's so good that he signed this new deal because, as I said, all the other top teams across European football were hovering and thinking that they could possibly pick off this signing. But he signed a brand new contract, and I'm sure Mikel Arteta is going to be happy with this, and he's going to be deployed a lot this season. What does it sort of mean for that number 10 position? Because, of course, and I'm sort of now looking at long-term signings, of course, we've got Martin Odegaard there. Ethan Nwaneri's there. He ain't really going to be, I guess, deployed as much on that right-hand side this season because they brought in Noni Madueke to sort of back up Saka. So does that mean that we still get Eze? Because Eze is more of a sort of attacking midfielder. Or if we did, say, for instance, go and get Eze, is it then for him to definitely play on that left-hand side? Or could it be a Rodrigo? Those are all matters for the future. Those are all matters for Andrea Berta. But the main thing is we've kept Ethan Nwaneri. And I think it's really, really significant. We talk about seasons and we talk about transfer windows and link to this player and link to that player. But when you've got a special talent in your own ranks, you need to tie him down. And that's exactly what Arsenal have done. They've got another special talent coming through in Max Dowman. And once he, gets to that sort of age as well where he can sign his senior contract, they're going to need to tie him down. They've tied down Mars Lewis Skelly already in this transfer window as well. And again, another special talent who's broken into the full England team and has been nominated for the Under-21 awards for the Ballon d'Or. I'll tell you what, the guys and coaches at Hale End, starting from the scouts who scouts these players, as I said, this Ethan Nwaneri, since the age of 8, has been at Arsenal. It would have been a scout that was out there, stood up on a field, watching this talent and thinking, wow, he could be a future Arsenal player. That scout who brought him in, well done to you. Congratulations, right? Then the coaches, it's their job to mould this special talent into somebody who's going to become a first-team player. They've done that, and now we've got a special talent on our hands. That is the process of what, that player goes through and what all of, the academy structure and scouts do to bring these players through. And they've done a fantastic job with Ethan Nwaneri, with Mars Lewis Skelly, with Bukayo Saka, with Max Dowman now. What we're seeing is Josh Richard. There's loads of players coming through. So this is absolutely brilliant. And one thing I like, and one thing that this is very good, is that it's showing that all the other talents, and I think Nwaneri's got a brother coming through as well, but it's showing all the other talented players that there's a pathway to the first team. Saka's done it, Nwaneri's done it, Mars Lewis Skelly's done it. Who else is going to be able to do it and come through to the first team? There's many other clubs, and I was arguing with Matisse, about Chelsea the other day and saying, if you're a young player at Chelsea, are you looking at it and thinking there's a pathway to the first team? Or are you more looking at it and thinking, this is just, I'm a bit of a pawn to make money for, to sell on to some other team, or I'll never make the first team because they're just buying. But at Arsenal, there's a pathway to the first team, and Ethan Nwaneri has proved that. So listen, once again, the big news is Ethan Nwaneri has signed a brand new contract at Arsenal. It's going to keep him at the club for a very long-term contract. It's great news for Arsenal. He's been exciting in pre-season. We're looking forward to seeing much more of him next season. Well done to him. Congratulations goes out to him and his family. And as he said there, he's a Gooner long-term. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, we'll be back in the morning with Transfer Daily as well. Let's see who else is going to come in as well as the players that we're tying down. Thank you.